In this tutorial, we're going to learn to knit a dishcloth like this. And they're a great in-between project, something to keep your hands going between big projects. They're quick and satisfying. Also, knitting a dishcloth for a knitter is kind of like a chef preparing an egg. It's a way to really get back to the basic skills and do a great job on something really simple with really nice edge tension and really beautiful stitches throughout. They're pretty fun. Oh, the third thing about dishcloths is if you haven't used them, if you're still using sponges as a knitter instead of dishcloths like this, you're missing out. These are great. They dry quickly. They go in the washing machine. They never stink. And the purl bumps on here is just enough scrubby to really get things clean. I swear by them. I really like them. Anyway, this pattern that we're using is a traditional pattern that's been around for generations and is kind of just publicly owned by no one. You can get the pattern over on my website. It's there for free, and this tutorial is free, and it'll give you a chance to try out my tutorials. And if you like them, I have a lot more online on my website. So for this, I'm using a worsted weight cotton yarn, and you definitely don't want to use wool for this because they'll just shrink up when you put them in the washing machine. So I'm using a cotton yarn, and I'm using size 7 needles. You don't need to use double pointed needles. I just like using them because I like to use the shortest needles possible when I'm doing stuff. So let's start with the cast on. I'm going to use this blue yarn here. I'm using the long tail cast on to cast on 4 stitches. And if you need a review of the long tail cast on, I'll give you a link right here. Okay, there are my 4 stitches. Well, let me show you something real quick. In this pattern, we're going to start down here with just a few stitches, expand up to the biggest part here, and then decrease back down to the other point. So it's knit on the bias, if you were wondering why we were casting on so few stitches. The first row here, we are just going to knit across. The next row, we're going to start our increases, and the little holes around the border of the dishcloth are done with yarn overs. Every row is just like this. You knit 2, then you yarn over. And to yarn over, you pull the yarn forward between the 2 needles and keep knitting. And you knit to the end. Now every increase row is going to be exactly the same as that. You knit 2, you yarn over, and you knit to the end. Knit 2, yarn over, knit to the end. Okay, you can see that we've already got a little bit of shape going, sort of a V shape going here. You'll want to continue doing that until the dishcloth is as wide as you want it on the diagonal. I usually go up to 50 stitches, which might make a bigger dishcloth than some people like, but I know that the pattern that I was looking at says to go to 44 stitches. I thought 50 was fine. Next up, we're going to learn how to do the decreasing on the opposite side. If you've done all of your increases and you have it as wide as you'd like it to be, and you're using double pointed needles like me, you'll have a lot of stitches crammed on the needles right now. It's time to do the shaping on the opposite side. Let's take a look at my sample first. You see here, whoops, it goes like this. We need to maintain the yarn overs on this side. So we're actually going to be increasing while we decrease. You know what I mean? See what I mean when I say that? the yarn overs are the increase that gave us the shape on the bottom. Now we need to continue increasing, so we need to decrease twice on this side. And to do that, it's knit 1, knit 2 together, and I'll give you a link to knit 2 together. Then we still have the knit 2, it looks like that. So we yarn over like before, knit 2 together again, and then knit to the end. And this is all spelled out in the pattern. This is great TV knitting, by the way, because you really only have to think about what you're doing at the beginning of each row, and the rest of it is just knitting across. Okay, let me show you the decrease one more time. It's knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together again, and then knit to the end. And you can see here, I've already changed direction of my work. There's the other corner here. And of course, decreasing, the work goes really quickly. You'll find yourself down to just a few stitches in a short period of time. Now, what I have here is a piece that I've finished knitting. I haven't blocked it and I haven't woven in the ends. So I'll grab a tapestry needle and some scissors. And I want to weave in these ends. I want to make sure they're not going anywhere. I want them to be really secure so this can be washed in the washing machine. I'm going to separate the plies of one of these ends half and half. So I have 2 plies here and 2 plies here. I'm going to take a couple of those plies and just weave them a little bit away from where, just like half a stitch away from where the other 2 plies are coming out. Then I'm going to tie that in a double knot, a really tight double knot. You can pull on cotton pretty hard before it breaks, so just shy of that. Then I'm going to cut the ends really pretty short. Now that will work its way in and not be much of a distraction there. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. Now, if you are presenting these as a gift, you might want to wash these and then set them out flat to dry and really pin the corners. You'll find that the decrease end that you knit will probably be kind of stretched out like this when you're done, and this end will be nice and straight. It's because the weight of the dishcloth was hanging while you were knitting, and it'll make it look kind of, well, I don't even know what this shape is. So if you wash it in the washing machine and then set it out flat to dry with the corners pinned square, that'll make it look nice, and then you'll have something, you know, nice like this to present as a gift. If you're just knitting them for yourself, just throw them in the sink of soapy water and you'll be done with it. Again, this pattern is available for free on my website. You can go over there and check this one out as well as my other tutorials. Good luck.